The Clintons tend to be more secretive than even normal politicians. Does anybody agree with that?
Yes.
You agree with that. Anybody else besides Bill agree with that? Charlie agrees. The three of you agree that they're more secretive. None of the rest of you think that?
I think they're more strategic, maybe. Secretive is, what's secretive? And so they just...
Another thing deriving from both the foundation controversy and the email controversy, some people say the Clintons, again, more than even most politicians, feel they can play by their own rules. Does anybody feel that way?
I think all politicians.
Kendra, go ahead.
I think they just play the game well. They think ahead before something happens, just like with when she's using the, what did you say, it was a non-server? Or
Her own personal server.
Her personal server. I mean, I think she's thinking ahead. She knows what's coming next. She's been there. She's seen it. She knows.
So as people tend to agree with that point of view as opposed to something inappropriate about playing by their own rules?
It's the nature of politicians.
They all do.
So the Republicans have a big field. They might have 15 candidates or so. They're going to have, as some of you referenced, a pretty contested nomination fight.
I count 21.
21. All right, that's a lot. Is anybody running for the Republican nomination who you find appealing?
No.
No. Anybody?
Marco Rubio does have some good views.
What do you find appealing about him?
A lot of his social programs, I think, would be better. He's more left than most Republicans. So.
Okay. Does anybody have anything positive to say about Jeb Bush?
Is that a joke?
Why do you say that?
We don't need any more Bushes in the White House.
Some of you have referenced she doesn't seem to have very stiff competition. Are any of you who want a Democrat elected, want Hillary Clinton elected?
She has competition. She's just crushing them right now. I mean,
are any of you worried that if she doesn't have a vigorous challenge, it could hurt her chances of winning? Is anybody worried about that?
I'd like to see an Elizabeth Warren or Joe Biden in there for her to run against and maybe get a little more of a race that way.
Yeah. Does anyone else share Bill's wish on that she get a tougher contest to kind of get ready for a general election?
I think Bernie Sanders is going to surprise people. He's going to have a bigger voice than he's given credit for. And
tell me why you think that, John.
I personally like his policies. I like he does answer the questions.
Would you like his presence in the race to cause her to take more progressive positions?
Oh yeah.
You think it'll have that effect if he does well?
Yeah, I think it will. I think it has already.
I think she's going to have to lean more to the left now.
If he did have a good chance, would any of you feel he'd be someone more to your liking than Hillary Clinton?
Yes.
Yeah, I do.
You both would like him more if he could be the nominee?
Oh yeah. Right now, whether we like it or not, we have a Citizens United America, and you need to raise a lot of money. And he's just not, there's just so many characteristics where he just doesn't stand a chance.
Christina, do you think anything about Bernie Sanders or not on your radar?
I don't know much about him, no.
Okay. Martin O'Malley, who knows who that is?
Governor of Maryland?
Governor of Maryland, former governor of Maryland. Al, what do you think about Martin O'Malley?
I don't know a whole lot about him. The little I've seen of him, he does sound like a good guy, but I just haven't really read too much of his stances lately, so I really couldn't say.
Charlie, what do you think of him?
I know he's a bit to the left of Hillary on a few issues, and I think I personally land somewhere in between Bernie Sanders and Hillary. And so, it probably aligns a little better with me than either of the other two.
Anyone have thoughts about Jim Webb? Anybody know who he is?
I've seen him in interviews and stuff. I do like he's direct. I don't know. I haven't seen him too much recently in the news, but just in the past, and anytime I've come across him in the news or whatever, I've always liked what he had to say.
Raise your hand if you think if Elizabeth Warren got in the race and did well, she could win the caucuses. Raise your hand if you think she could beat Hillary in the caucuses.
I don't think she could beat Hillary.
No one would
I don't know if anyone can beat Hillary.
Okay. Is there anybody you think could beat Hillary, or is she for the nomination, or she's unbeatable?
At this point, yes.
Yeah. Charlie, anybody you think could beat her?
No, I don't. Not that I've heard of.